Hi, I put Vaseline or petroleum jelly on my face every night for a week. And I wanted to just sort of document my results in this video for the week-long event that I held for myself. How did it impact my skin hydration? Did it significantly improve the appearance of my skin? Let's go ahead and just find out together. If you know anything about me, you know that I experience dryness on many levels. Dry skin, dry eyes, which is why they're always red. I even have a dry sense of humor. Everything is dry. I have to keep things very moist, very hydrated. That's why I literally drink about half a gallon of water, if not more, every single day. Hydration is key for me. I literally moisturize at least twice a day. That includes my sunscreen just to supplement and improve the hydration of my stratum corneum and the deep layers of my skin. I even literally every single day use a humidifier wherever I am situated in my house for a good period of time, just because the air in my house tends to be on the dry side, especially as we move into spring from the winter. The air has been super dry, which does impact the skin hydration and the skin quality and appearance. Plus, we've been doing construction in the house, so we've been hiding sort of in the basement for the past few weeks, and it's kind of cold down there. And I was using a space heater, which zaps the air and was causing my skin, my lips in particular, to become super chapped and dry. But anyway, a few years ago when I learned about slugging and just applying petroleum jelly, petrolatum I should say, which is like the technical term, applying that and slugging or applying it on your skin at night, it was a huge game changer, but I wasn't super consistent. I didn't do it every single night, and I really wanted to do it in this video daily, every single night for a week to see what sort of results I had with my skin barrier hydration. And when it comes to anti-aging, hydration is key because over time the skin does become dehydrated and it has an impaired ability holding on to moisture, the natural moisture in your skin, even just a moisturizer that you apply to your skin. And also moisturization just helps to smooth out and plump the skin, just generally helping the appearance of the skin. And Vaseline contains petrolatum, which is the most occlusive hydration agent out there. Occlusives are basically something that just sort of sits on the skin and traps hydration in the skin, prevents it from evaporating out into the environment, which helps the skin to just hold on to moisture for longer. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and just dive into my nightly routine with the Vaseline on my skin every single night. So today is my second night actually using the Vaseline on my face. I'm using this Vaseline Pure White Petroleum Jelly that I got on Amazon. This is like a I think 3.25 ounce tube. I can't see anything. I don't have my contacts on. This was like $4 or something on Amazon and it lasts me months. I've already cleansed my skin and I just use a basic moisturizer on top of damp skin after I cleansed it and then let it dry down. The reason why I already moisturize is because I want to take advantage of those emollients and humectants and the occlusives in that moisturizer while maximizing the occlusivity of the Vaseline. Petrolatum in Vaseline is probably the most occlusive agent out there, which means it basically just traps on water, traps in the moisture in the skin. Okay, so I'm gonna go to bed. I'm probably gonna sleep on my back so that I'm not getting Vaseline all over the sheets. And I will see you in the morning and we'll see how this looks. It is the next morning. I woke up. I don't have anything on my face. I didn't even put my contacts in this morning, but I did get dressed and I still have a little bit of like the greasy feeling from the Vaseline overnight. A lot of it has sunk in and my skin looks and feels super moisturized, super plump and smooth. I'm really liking just like the overall aesthetic I'm getting. I didn't notice any Vaseline rubbing off on the sheets or my pillows. I guess I just don't roll around a lot at night, but I think it looks really good and nice and smooth. I'm gonna put my sunscreen over. I'm not gonna like dab it or anything to get rid of the greasiness, but I am just gonna put my sunscreen over and stay moisturized throughout the day, I assume. Like I said, while I have done slugging in the past, I wasn't consistent. I wasn't doing every single night. This sort of marks my first couple of nights doing it consistently every single night. And I have to say, I really enjoyed how it made my skin feel just immediately. As soon as I put it on, my skin, it felt just sort of like smooth, even with moisturizer underneath. It somehow improved just sort of like the comfort of my skin and reduced any tightness that I may feel like when this moisturizer dries down over time. This was just sort of my first couple of nights. I've have several nights this week that I am applying this onto my skin. Night 3 of Vaseline all over the face. I just got done watching 6 episodes of Erie, Indiana. I love spooky 90s TV shows. Have you seen that show? It's like Goosebumps almost. All right, so I have a thin layer of the Vaseline. I'm not gonna put it on my forehead because I just washed my hair and my face. I have a dinner tomorrow night, so I'm not gonna wash my face tomorrow and I don't want it to get greasy. So I'm gonna put it all over my face except my forehead tonight. I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm just gonna veer off and put a little bit on my neck as well. Just like the previous couple of nights, I've already washed my face and cleansed it and moisturized. I went a little further tonight and did a little bit more moisturization. I did this Comfort Ceramide Cream Mist. This has a bunch of ceramides in here, natural moisturizing factors. I then came on with the Cosrx Snail Mucin, and on top of that I applied a moisturizer, just a basic moisturizer I got from my dermatologist. I let that dry down and then I came in. It's about 10:30 at night right now, so I'm gonna be getting to bed soon, but I came in and put a thin layer of the Vaseline just to occlude all of those moisturizing agents in there. Okay, so I'm gonna go to bed and let's see what happens next. Tomorrow morning, to be precise. It is the next day, the next morning, and my skin feels very similar to how it did when I woke up yesterday and the night before that. My skin definitely feels and looks softer, a little on the shiny side, which I don't mind because it means it's moisturized, and I think it feels really good, which is very beneficial because I am spending so much time here in the basement where I'm using the space heater and it's drying out the air. It's really zapping that moisture. So I'm really liking this. I forgot to mention that I am not wearing any sunscreen. I didn't put anything on this morning yet. So this is just the effects of the Vaseline so far. Like I said, I did skip a couple of nights, and this night, I think like this third night, it did feel sort of similar to the first couple of nights. Like it didn't feel like I was having a buildup or an accumulated benefit to it. I just had that same sort of like comfort in my skin, the same reduced dryness. Overall, my skin appearance continued to improve ever so slightly. I did have still, like when I woke up in the morning, some slickness, a little bit of slickness and oiliness from the petrolatum. But honestly, I love that feeling. I love the look of just like a shinier face. I kind of like the shiny look. I don't really like the matte look because then it just sort of correlates with dryness. And in the morning, my skin just looked and felt hydrated, just more hydrated than it does normally when I just apply a moisturizer and move throughout my day. Okay, so it is 10 p.m. day 4 of the Vaseline challenge. I got back from my dinner that I was talking about earlier. I didn't wind up washing my hair again, thankfully, because I didn't put it on my forehead last night. I don't think I was explaining coherently yesterday, but I kind of liked not putting the Vaseline on my forehead because again, I wear my hair sweeping across my forehead and it always gets into my hair and gets greasy, and I don't like washing my hair every single day if I can help it. What I'm gonna do from now on, from moving forward, is just putting it on the exposed areas and then also coming down and putting it on my neck as well, just so I can get even moisture. And I think that is good. I look sufficiently dewy. I have to make sure to get my lips too because my lips get dried out overnight. One thing I noticed in the morning is that some of the Vaseline wasn't on my skin, but I also didn't notice any greasiness or oiliness on my pillowcase or my sheets. Granted, I'm sure it rubbed off on my sheets or my pillowcase and it's just been a few nights, so it probably hasn't like really built up on the sheets or the pillowcase. But so far it does seem like it also does sort of dry down a little bit while retaining some sort of slickness and oiliness in the morning. Okay, night 5 of the Vaseline challenge all over the face. I just got out of the shower and I'm watching a Disney live streamer. It's almost 10 o'clock and he's doing the Skyliner. I'm gonna do like maybe a thicker layer on tonight. Just like normal every single day, I've been cleansing my skin and moisturizing it with just a regular moisturizer and then applying the on top. I am so tired, but this has to be done. Doing my neck as well, just so I can slug every square inch. Still not gonna do the forehead because I washed my hair tonight and I don't want it to get greasy. All right, there we are, all moisturized and ready for bed. Okay, good morning. It is the following morning and I haven't put anything on my face yet. I've just put on a little bit of Vaseline on my lips. They weren't dry at all. I just decided to put a little bit on just to have some extra moisturization this morning. I think my skin looks pretty similar as it did yesterday and the day before when I woke up. The Vaseline definitely dries down just a tad during the night, but not significantly so. I think probably I did roll on my face and got it on my pillow, so some of it just sort of like sloughed off during the night onto the sheets and my pillowcase, which is silk, by the way. I only sleep on silk pillowcases. But that being said, I do think my skin looks hydrated or just smoother, glistening, and I don't know, I like it. Overall, throughout this entire week-long experience, I have been enjoying the moisturizing quality of this slugging technique. I know the trend has been popular for quite some time. In fact, you know, I'm sort of doing this video on the tail end. I don't think people are even talking about slugging as much anymore, but it definitely has cut down on my dryness. One thing people are concerned about when it comes to applying Vaseline all over the face is that they fear that it may help to, or it may clog the pores. I didn't really notice that. I didn't have any breakouts at all. I guess everyone's skin is different, but for me, it just helped to just improve the overall moisturizing quality of my skin. Thankfully, I didn't notice any adverse effects, just positives. Good morning. It is, I think, the morning after the 6th or the 7th night. I skipped a couple of nights. So it's been about a week and I don't have anything on my face right now. I did do my hair, but other than that, this is my face. I think it looks good. Actually, I think it just looks the same as it has been the previous nights. I think I probably just need maybe a longer duration of application. A week definitely makes a difference. I do feel like my skin is more hydrated and smooth and slick, but I do think I definitely need that extra, you know, few weeks to really notice an appreciable change in my skin. That being said, I think a week was fantastic and I'm glad that I did it and actually got through this week-long challenge. So what are my conclusions? Was slugging a very powerful transformational technique for dry skin? Like I said, Vaseline, the main ingredient, the only ingredient, petrolatum, petroleum jelly, is a powerful occlusive. It definitely moisturizes the skin by trapping moisture in the skin, and it also has an emollient quality, which helps to just smooth out the skin and plump the skin. Do I think it drastically transformed my skin? I think while a week is probably too short to know, I think like 4 to 6 weeks is that sweet spot where you really start seeing those significant benefits, especially if you're documenting it during those 4 to 6 week follow-up period. The feeling of my skin also feels super moisturized. I tend to keep my skin moisturized anyway without the Vaseline, but this has definitely sort of increased it up a notch. I also feel as though some of my redness in my skin has dissipated. Dryness can contribute to redness, so I assume that, you know, just improving the holding on to moisture in my skin maybe has reduced the redness to at least some degree, maybe even increased the, not only the moisture in the top layers of the skin, but maybe even the deeper layers of the skin. I don't have any, I'm not in a laboratory, I'm not, you know, assessing my skin with any sort of laboratory methods, but this is sort of how I, you know, this is sort of my theory. Now there are other moisturizers that contain petrolatum, petroleum jelly, formulated it into the overall moisturizer so you don't have just like pure petrolatum on your skin. Vani Cream Moisturizing Cream is one that I actually like, but it tends to dry down more than Vaseline. That, and you know, sometimes, especially if I'm in a dry climate, I don't really appreciate that because I really like to have sort of like a more slickness, oiliness, or emollientness, I guess I should say, to my skin. But that is definitely one that I think that a lot of people can tolerate more, especially if they have acne prone skin and they're kind of afraid of clogging the pores. I didn't experience anything, I didn't see anything like that for my skin. But again, everyone's different. Overall, I think I need to see what the results are at 4 weeks to 6 weeks. I think that's a good follow-up period to see any sort of noticeable changes in your skin when you start doing something different, like applying maybe a different moisturizer, moisturizing ingredient, whether you're doing like retinol or some sort of like acid or exfoliant. But I've been liking the results thus far, and I'm going to continue applying Vaseline to my face every single night for 4 weeks. And I will check in again to let you know if there's any sort of drastic difference. I'll also do a before and after shot of the baseline versus the 4 to 6 week follow-up mark. But this will be a permanent fixture in my skincare routine for now. It has been for my lips because my lips get dry, and I think I'm just gonna start applying it all over, including my neck at night. If you like this video, please hit that like button down below if you want to see more skincare and anti-aging videos like this. Definitely subscribe. I would love to share this space with you. In the meantime, I hope you have a good one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.